We meet every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Because we need to be together. It is extremely important. So, yeah, it's the last week of May. It is, we're winding down. We're heading into this summer season. I know it's hard to believe. I did a couple of videos this afternoon. You can watch the pop-up afterwards. I will cover different things tonight. I don't want to be redundant. Well, there's a lot of things we have to be redundant about because they just keep repeating. But I'm at an advantage because I'm making videos for my members. Yeah, okay, cool. Some of you got to watch my pop-up. It just uploaded. So I'm doing videos for my members. You too can be a member for the low cost if you want to just go for the lowest rung, $7.99 a month. And that helps me to help you. So my 5-day, 20-minute each day videos are about how to be psychic. So I hope that inspires you. You just watched the class. I hope it came out right. I still have to upload the 5-minute meditation video. I hope it inspires you to become a member, because when you become a member here, you get stuff. You hit the join button. There should be a little button that says join underneath the video. If you have trouble with that, email me, AnnetteDion7@gmail.com, and I'll look into if it's not working for some reason. Now, I live kind of in the city, and we're heading into the season where it's going to be noisy here and there, but there's not a lot I can do about that. So I will, when there's a loud motorcycle going by, because you know, they have to be as loud as possible, because I don't know, maybe they have small hands and they were trying to prove something. So I'll just pause when there's a big loud motorcycle. Alright. What's happening is I have a really strong message from the guides. We've got to take them down. We have to be, and to look at it like this. If you're in a game, say you were playing a football game, or say you were playing, I don't know, whatever kind of game, soccer, baseball, whatever kind of game you like to play, basketball, right? Boxing, for that matter. We're in the game. When somebody's getting ahead, we don't go, oh, well, okay, so let's use a football game as a comparison, right? So we have to be in the game. We can't be like in the game, watching the other team score, the other team's scoring. This is what we don't do. First of all, we don't pretend that we're not in a game. Second of all, when it looks like they're gaining yards or whatever, we don't just go, oh wow, yeah, look at what they're doing. Look at what they're gaining. They're getting a touchdown, or they're scoring. Ball's going into the net. Oh wow, isn't that too bad, right? That's not what we do. We don't do that in life. And we're in this game of, are we going to win our democracy back, or are we just going to watch them cheat? Do the whole damn thing. I know that I live in a country where many people, from my observation, don't even know what's going on. And I'm going to probably pull some cards on this. All right. Thank you for being here. Let's see. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I see it way too much. I bump into people and I ask them if they know what's going on. And just randomly, right? People that I kind of know, right? Yes, shine the light on people to help them know what's going on, because mainstream media that so many people are accustomed to watching is not telling them. So here's what I want to do. For example, I really do want to give you an example of this, and I mentioned it during my pop-up. No, during Off the Ledge. I'm doing so many videos, I lose track nowadays. You know, and honestly, I want to tell you something too. I'm inspired by channels like Midas Touch and Brian Tyler Cohen. You know the list, right? I'm inspired to show up every day, several times a day, because if they're doing it, then I can do it. All right? Here's what I want to tell you what we're up against. And this was simply in the local paper, which I really kind of have a problem with. But I'm going to give you an idea of what people that aren't paying attention, except for maybe reading an article in the paper, what's going into their brains. I'm not going to read the whole article, but I'm going to read you enough that you get the gist of what's going on here. The article is entitled, Trump's First 100 Days Changed the Game. The Next 1,300 Could Change the Nation. This is my local paper. And it says that the author is from the Fulcrum, which I don't know the Fulcrum. I don't know that publication. First I heard of it. So, I'm going to just read. So bear with me. Just have a drink or something and listen. The first months of all presidential terms include outlining a vision and using presidential influence to shift priorities and change governance structures. The media often focuses on polling and popularity, comparing previous presidents, and highlighting public perception, blah, blah, blah. Rasmussen reports daily presidential tracking poll now shows, I don't know what we think of Rasmussen, but that's Rasmussen reports daily presidential tracking now shows 50% of likely voters approve of Trump's job performance. But change has never been popular, and he is unapologetically pursuing it in these first months. Are you with me? Are you guys with me? This is really freaking important. Yeah, Darren's got light bulbs everywhere. Good. Yeah, well, this is my paper in Massachusetts, which is a sapphire blue state for the most part. 50% of likely voters approve of Trump's job performance. Rasmussen, if it's right wing, yeah, you know that, I know that. But does the person walking down the street in your town or city know this? Okay, so I'm going to continue because I really need to make this point. I will write a letter to the editor. I know what kind of hell I took writing a letter to the editor about the Trump flag that photobombed this really important religious event that went on for 4 days. Okay? Boy, did I hear from the trolls. Okay, hang on. Yet, any progress toward achieving these feats... All right, hang on. I'm all fired up. The president's goals and areas of focus include higher levels of military recruitment, lower numbers of migrant crossings at the southern border, loosening of regulations to increase energy production, increased foreign investment to promote the creation of manufacturing jobs, attempts to reduce or eliminate global trade imbalances, and promoting a merit-based society. Can you believe this? Yeah, any progress towards achieving these feats will be overshadowed, and Trump risks being remembered by some for retribution, destruction, authoritarianism, bigotry, and vitriol. If his all right, I credit where it's due. If his administration doesn't change tactics soon. So, I'm going to just jump down. Trump has 3 critical opportunities to strengthen the federal government through smarter personnel management, greater accountability, and improved operational effectiveness. First, while the administration's new civil service regulations reclassifying upwards of 50,000 federal employees aim to enhance policy responsiveness, they fall short of addressing the deeper flaws in the federal hiring process. Structural reforms, not just removals, are needed to modernize how talent is recruited and retained. Second, the creation of the Department of Government Efficiency has sown confusion, fear, and unnecessary duplication. His first 100 days and attempts at bold reform underscore that incremental changes in governance are no longer sufficient to address the magnitude of challenges facing the nation, and the country should move beyond improving government to transforming it. I'm going to stop there because I don't want to go on about it forever. It's such bullshit. And if you're not bullshit, maybe pay closer attention. Okay? We are in, and okay, so just keeping in mind, I'm in Massachusetts, right? I think it's better that I know what's going on. Your eyes just roll back in your head. I want you to just get some perspective here, and here's a perspective. I'm in a blue state, and this shit is flying around the local newspaper. Now, the truth of the matter is, he's fascist to the core. He's trying to shut down universities. He's deporting people because... Do we just deport people? Is that what we do? Oh, you, I think you might have committed a crime and I don't like the color of your skin. And so let's kidnap you. And this is hundreds and hundreds of people. Let's kidnap you and not let anybody know what happened to you. Let's just disappear you like you got abducted by alien spaceships and put you on a plane and deport you to a Sudan, to a concentration camp because of nothing. Because of nothing. And the reason that the American people aren't standing up, yeah, I might send one of my Substack articles to the local paper, thank you. The reason that people aren't standing up, and I mean everybody, is that they don't fucking know what's fucking going on. Excuse my French. I've seen things in the news this week that are going on that are making my hair curl. Now, we get together every day to do psychic readings on what's going on. They're banning books. They're taking away our history. They have a character out of a Stephen King movie named Stephen Miller, who's a sadistic, cruel demon, evil demon. And don't even get me started about Tom Homan. I read banned books. I'm yelling about this because I can't believe that we're not all out there screaming from the rooftops right now, because we cannot afford to be in a country that doesn't even let us speak with our voices. I didn't know I was this mad, but I'm pretty mad. Please hit the thumbs up. I'm going to get into the cards now. But, you know, I'm kind of glad I didn't unsubscribe to the newspaper. It's been on again, off again, but I'm kind of glad so that I can rebut this. Yeah, and you calling him T-Rex? He came out today. Yeah, the whole world is mocking us. Came out and said he would extend the Golden Dome over Canada if they would become the 51st state. Now, don't think that I think that he's strong, because I don't. I'm just pissed. Thank you, Wildfire Wind. I forgot about the PBS Memorial Day show, so I'll look for that. And now, since I completely just blasted you, and I'm not going to apologize because we should be blasting. All right, if you have, especially if you have children or grandchildren, if you have cute little munchkins, I want you to. This is one more thing I'm going to say to get us fired up. If you have cute little munchkin children, especially if you do, I want you to rise up and make a commitment that you will do everything in your human power and supernatural power to stop this for the children. Do you want to subject them to this? Do you want your children and grandchildren, the little munchkins, subjected to this? Because that is a person with a black heart. Look at that look in his eyes. We have to face these things. We can't go, oh, well, you know, I don't like looking at him. Yeah. If you're not motivated, this should motivate you. Are we really going to leave our children and grandchildren or nieces and nephews or whatever? Yeah. That's somebody who should be in prison. And I won't show you a picture of Tom Homan. I don't think I have one screenshot. We're going to pull 3 cards about how Dumpy is doing. Stephen Miller is why you don't bully. You mean he was bullied? Yeah, we have to do it for the children. I mean, at a certain point, it's not about us anymore. And I know my demographic here. So I can say that across the board to everybody in this chat. At a certain point, it's not about us anymore. We are there. He was bullied. I don't feel sorry for him. So was I. I didn't turn out like that. I'm sorry. I don't cut him any slack. Nor Elon. Oh, people are so cruel. Oh, they burned my Teslas. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was this mad. It must be in the collective. And yeah, being bullied is no excuse. Thank you. No excuse. There's been many huge injustices done to many people in the world who went on to change the world with their beauty and their love. No, not if we get through this, Carl. When? When? This is not an if. Failure to overthrow him is not an option. Yeah. I'm actually pulling 3 cards about Dumpy. I have the Justice card. The judges are just going to keep pushing back and pushing back and pushing back and pushing back, which is what I was saying. The guides are handing it right to me. We have to stay in the game. We have to win the game. The judges are staying in the game. A lot of them, at great risk to them. They have to have a special security service. And some of them are paying for it because they don't trust the ones in the government, understandably. I'm reading about Dumpy. I have the Justice card. I have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is massive pain for him. I know, a lot of you were saying you were bullied. Okay, it's no excuse. You didn't turn out like Stephen Miller, wanting children ripped out of the arms of their parents and wanting to deport people that haven't done anything without having due process even to say, I didn't commit any crimes. You know? Since when does the United States of America whisk people off the street and go, we're sending you to El Salvador? Where are you sending me? To a concentration camp. Can I call my family? No. I'm going to have to get up at a podium somewhere and just start yelling. Can I share the email of the author of that article from the paper? It's called The Fulcrum, and it's the Gloucester Daily Times. If you wanted to write a letter to the Gloucester Daily Times, you could. There's letters from people in other places. So I'm reading on Dumpy. Thanks for asking. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a lot of pushback. A lot of pushback on Dumpy. A ton of pushback on Dumpy from, remember I keep on getting pages, from the people. Justice, the people. Justice, the people. Ten of Swords. Justice, the people. Ten of Swords. It's time to have a sip of tea. When we have 200 in the room, then we can have 200 thumbs up. I agree that he looks like the life force is slowly ebbing out of his body. Thank you, Zircon, for putting my information up. Do you know where a $20,000 lectern is? Sarah Huckabee? That's funny. Now, I want everyone to subscribe to Chop Wood, Carry Water by Jessica Craven. There's also another newsletter called The Smile, because it really is true that we really do have to focus on good things happening. Really, really important. I'm just venting my head off because I can feel the collective anger for one. Okay. Since I put up the picture of the demonic Miller, I will pull 3 cards on him. Okay. We got a vent, right? We got a vent. I'm giving you permission. You guys have my full-on permission to vent. You don't have permission to wax negative. I just put someone in timeout for that. It's okay to be angry, but don't start gloom and dooming things. Stephen Miller. This is human trafficking he's engaged in. The Ten of Wands. I think that Stephen Miller has a plan in his deranged brain that he's going to do something really quickly. That he's going to sick it to the American people. He's going to hit us hard where it hurts, and he's going to do it. His plan is fast. To do it fast. I'm reading on Stephen Miller. What are you guys saying? You think the only thing that's keeping him going is the drugs? I agree. Dumpy, yes, I agree. How are the red state governors feeling after Trump said no to aid in their state? Things are changing. The winds of change are here. But don't take your eye off the ball. When I'm reading on Stephen Miller, I have the Seven of Swords, which is, don't think for 1 second that there's not a kickback for him. That's an understatement, Michelle. He gives you the creeps. You're too kind. There's a kickback for him. There is. You know what? I keep moving my pendulums, and for some weird reason, I keep moving them. I have about 7 pendulums, and they're in various bags. I do this all day. But I do have these. People in high school and college said that Miller was a creepy, sick dude back then. Yeah, it makes sense. And for me, the yes is like this. And okay, go to no. And the no is like this. Okay. So, Miller is his own Halloween costume. Okay, with the current energy, is Stephen Miller is he going to succeed in all his evil doings? No. He's not. No, he's not. This is my pendulum tonight. Yeah, I don't really use these that much, but I'm not as practiced with them. Somebody just decided to build a house outside while I'm doing my show. Don't they know? I think Stephen Miller is giving the orders. Okay, I'm going to pull 3 cards about Tom Homan. We're going into the slime bucket. He was I've read on it. He was Joseph Goebbels in his past lifetime. And he came back to just keep on being horrible. I'm reading on Tom Homan really quickly. What's his fate? Tyrants always fall. Just so you know, tyrants always fall. They do. It's a matter of when. You know, they always fall. It's just that some take a long time to fall, like Putin, and some fall more quickly. So Tom Homan, if you ever see this guy Tom Homan, he's like, no offense to people that are on the street, but Tom Homan looks like somebody that just got drug off the street, that hasn't had a shave or you know, that hasn't had a shower or a shave. That Tom Homan sounds like somebody who's got teeth missing, and he sounds like somebody completely uneducated that was yanked yanked from somewhere, the bowels of hell, and put into an important position seat and told, just go after the immigrants, right? Are you still a wrench? Yeah, you're a wrench. There's a wrench right next to your name. What's going on, you guys? You're seeing different things from me. So Tom Homan, I have... The fate for him is not really happy. The Fool... Tom Homan is breaking laws all over the place. Not like the rest of them aren't. But laws that... It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You're missing a tooth in the back. You're highly insulted. I'm missing more teeth than you are in the back. Anyone notice that I'm talking with a lisp? It's because I have replacements. Anyway. I'm getting used to it. You know. The fake ones. You're taking me off track, Damon. Tom Homan, the Fool, the 3 of Swords, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. You guys are missing back teeth too? Yes, I know. It's your job, Damon, to tease me. A lot of people have missing teeth. But I'm just saying. I mean, he talks like he has marbles in his mouth. He really does. Tom Homan talks like a really uneducated, replacement teeth. Yes, exactly. Lisa's got it. Lisa, I'm loving the rosary and the charms. Thank you. From the Vatican. Wildflower Winter is it easy. You just had 4 wisdom teeth removed. That's it. All you want for Christmas is some back teeth. You can get fake ones. They take a little while to get used to. All right, we're gonna bring it up. I have to make up for all my ranting and, you know, focusing on the negative. I go into the slime bucket for you all. Oh, what did I do for you? Please hit the thumbs up. We got to get our group hug in. We haven't gotten our group hug in because we haven't reached our quota. 200 thumbs up. Okay, so I'm going to ask how President Zelensky's doing. I'm going to kind of jump over overseas. We pause for motorcycles. I'm going to pull 3 cards on Zelenskyy. My ranting felt good? Oh, good. I must have done it for you because I didn't plan to, and the guys just said, rant! Feels good to rant. Everybody, rant! There are 140 thumbs up and 209 in the room. I'm reading on Zelenskyy right now. Even though Ukraine is really, it's unimaginable what Ukraine is going through. All to defend democracy. So we all really just do need to take a moment every so often and say, we are so fortunate. And we need to help them. Okay, so this is what Zelensky's going through, but the Princess of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, it's looking like they're inching closer to a victory in Ukraine. It looks like Ukraine is moving closer to a victory. And remember, on Monday, I said about 8 times Russia has lost the war. Because it's out there, I can feel it. Damon's saying, as a teenager, his mom stopped yelling at him because you were making her mad on purpose. So she would look crazy. That's funny. All right. The Ace of Swords is the sword of truth. The Ace of Swords is the sword of truth. So as far as Ukraine goes, when I read on it the other day from the deck, we'll have to look at the character deck, the deck of character. I did see that there was a lot of maternal and nurturing energy coming in for Zelenskyy, for Ukraine. Let's ask this. Let's play with the dowsing rods. With the current energy, is Ukraine winning? Yes. Yes, Ukraine is winning. See, when it does this, when I'm using these rods, which I don't use that often, this is yes, and when they cross in front of me, that's no. So Ukraine is slated to win because, like right now, the energy is that they're winning. Okay, let's pull 3 cards on Joe Biden. Let's see how he's doing. I've had those dowsing rods for a while. I just haven't really gone to them. Yeah, something big's going on in Russia. Yeah, okay. All right, so, yeah, your rods are the opposite. It doesn't matter. It's different for different people. Just like some people are right-handed and some people are left-handed. 3 cards about Joe Biden. No, the rods don't vibrate. They just move. Commit tax evasion and Trump will pardon you. Gloria's saying, commit any heinous crime against the United States of America and he'll pardon you. A convicted felon. Damon, you're so funny. I didn't pick up any innuendos. Don't you worry. Joe Biden. You know, Joe Biden, this is what I'm reading right now. He has a lot of friends around him. This doesn't mean romance. It just means Joe Biden has a lot of friends around him, a lot of support. But what Biden is going, send Biden a lot of love. The 9 of Swords, that he has been bashed for his service to the United States of America. I'm reading on Joe Biden. Yes, he's got a lot of love around him. If you ever watch Fox, and I hope that you don't, but I see clips. We see clips. Midas Touch shows clips. A lot of channels show clips. They're blaming all that they're doing on Joe Biden. You guys mad enough yet to really motivate? Nine of Swords, really hard, having a hard time sleeping at night. Biden is more worried about his family than himself, because that's who he is. That's who he is. Yes, Trump is getting weaker. Yeah, I mentioned Rosie today in my video. I mentioned that on Rosie's Insights. You probably watch her too. I don't watch many people, but I thought it was striking that what she and Corinna were saying was to take all that energy that we put onto Dumpy with our thoughts and send it, the good energy, to Joe Biden. It's not easy for him. That's for sure. And let's pull a couple more cards about Joe Biden, because I want to see that he's okay. He's being showered with warm, loving vibes from all over the world. Yes. Yes. I mean, he really sacrificed. Joe Biden sacrificed for this country. But as far as the what to focus our energies on, think about how much energy we've been putting on Trump, because we have to pay attention to what's happening. And it might make you angry enough that he's sucked the life force from us, Dumpy, for the past 10 years, right? He doesn't deserve for all that energy to go to him, clearly, right? Transmute that energy to Joe Biden and give him lots and lots and lots of good vibes. It's okay if you're late, Donnie. I'm pulling 3 cards about Joe Biden. Thank you for being here, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Wednesdays are tough. It's just like pulling teeth to get people to show up, to get to 200. Yeah, he's the new taco. Dumpy is the, what tariffs? Can you put what the taco is an acronym for that they're using for Dumpy on Wall Street? This is more about Joe Biden. Past lives. I want to tell you something that I picked up about Joe Biden the whole time. He was king, I think, of Ireland in a past life, and it was hard then too. Trump always chickens out. Okay, that's good. He's gonna hate that. Biden needs to tell Jake Tapper, tell it to my face, you coward. So I'm reading on Joe Biden. Joe Biden, he had a past life. I feel like all right, let's check this. I always see him in a past life as royalty. And I think his family was with him then. Was Joe Biden the king of Ireland? I mean, was his soul the king of Ireland? Yep. He was the king of Ireland, Joe Biden. Was it in the 1600s? I guessed right. That statement triggered you about Ireland? It was a hard life. All right, so look up. Thank you. You watched me live in Hogarth on replay. Thank you. You can look up. Yeah, a province. I don't know. What do I know? He was in Ireland. Celtic seer says he would have been a king of a certain province. Yeah, not Ireland. I should know I'm Irish. In Ireland, though, whatever was going on in Ireland in the 1600s, was it a monarchy in terms of like who would have been in charge if... I'm just picking that up. I have to go to my history or go watch Rick Steves. I'm kind of feeling like Rick Steves, you know, my own version these days, doing all those outdoor videos, like going to on location. All right, thank you for being here. Oh man, let's read on what's going to happen. What? You know what Mary Trump says? Mary Trump says Biden. Hey, when I have to read this, is funny. Biden was the Lord of Malarkey. Yeah, Rick Steves is a tourist guy. I mean that he goes to different locations and teaches you. I go to different locations and I do readings. Anyway. Okay. Let's see how Dumpy's... What I was going to say was that Mary Trump says the best thing to do, and other people say this too, to get him deflated, her Uncle Trump, her Uncle Donnie, is to mock him. So let's see how he's going to do in the face of that mockery. That Wall Street is mocking him. Hey Amanda, glad you could make it. I don't know if we're going to get to 200 thumbs up. Okay, so the thing about reading past lives for me is I see a past life and I try to figure out the time frame and what was going on in history, in world history at that time that I see the person in. So I can't really get that specific because I have to go look up what it is that I'm seeing. I'm seeing Joe Biden in the 1600s as in the higher echelon, ruling a kingdom or something like that. Okay, 3 cards about how Dumpy's going to respond to being made fun of. I mean, when you really think about it, what has he achieved in these 100 plus days? Is it 120 right now? Oh, thank you. You'd give me both thumbs if you had 2 thumbs. We're getting closer. What has he accomplished? Anybody? What has Dumpy accomplished in about 120 days? We're halfway into the year. Implementing Project 2025. Okay, let me change my question. What has he accomplished to help America? Trauma. Anger. Ranting. Destruction. But I do want to mention something. I mean, really, what? Nothing but misery. We could have had Kamala if they hadn't cheated. Waking up a few maggots? Yeah, true. I mean, I was so looking forward to Kamala. I still am. Trauma, disease, no longer breadlines. Yes, depression. Yeah, unbelievable. Trump, there's a hashtag Trump for the Pine Box, really? Oh, so 4 cards came up. So what I'm asking the question about is, how is Dumpy going to respond to the mockery? He's made us a pariah nation. He really hasn't. He really hasn't helped anything. Okay. What's it gonna do to Dumpy to be mocked the way he's gonna be mocked? He's gonna get much more like, he's gonna lash out a lot more. You're gonna see a lot of that. A lot of lashing out. A lot of trying to rip up the Constitution. This is his response to being bullied and mocked. Because he deserves it, all right? So many people are suffering. Yeah, he'll pardon every last MAGA, right. And we have the Two of Pentacles. There are going to be people around him that try to get him to calm down. He's going to really, his retribution for being mocked is to rip up the Constitution. Can his face turn red under all that orange? It's probably hard. I think it's like burnt orange it would be, right? In the Crayola crayon box. Burnt orange. I can see that. Yes, he will lash out. So I'll look a little further into what he'll do. Well, I just see the judges pushing back. I see the judges pushing back, and I see some, I want to say formally MAGA Republicans not supporting him. The more he short circuits out and just is so reactive. Yeah, catch up anyone, right? He has that personality, right? And the Six of Swords came up too. And the Six of Swords makes me think of January 6th. Okay, let's look at these people. So he's on a pardoning spree. If you commit a crime in the United States of America, you are glorified at the present time. Did I know that Trump and Hillary Rodham are cousins? I didn't know that. Will his blood turn into ketchup? I don't know what you mean by that. All right. I don't know when they're supposed to vote on the murder bill, but we will. Does anybody know when they're supposed to vote on the murder bill? Right? All right. Well, it doesn't matter when they're going to vote on it. Oh, John's in the house. Hi, John. Thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate it. You need a bell. Taking donations. I'm taking members too. You want to be a member by hitting the join button and choosing the level at which to donate monthly, because you have access to my wonderful teaching. The video is set to members only. Okay. It's giving me a yes. I haven't asked the question yet. Are there enough, I guess I already answered the question. Are there enough MAGA Republicans that are planning to vote no for the bill? Yes. I told you that. It's a big yes. They're kind of fun. There are enough Republicans to vote no on the murder bill. Let's use the I actually think that they're getting scared. Now, let's not forget the MAGA Republicans in Congress. Not all of them, because some of them are just dull dimwits. No, you didn't ruin the rods. That was a good answer. Damon? I think, remember after January 6th, they were all scared. And I really do feel that, I feel more, it's, courage is contagious. Remember we've been saying that. Thank you, Zircon. Courage is contagious. And we can pray for that. We can intend for that. We can do what we need to do for that. Courage is contagious. Now, I want to address something from earlier. I put somebody in timeout, and I want to be clear with everybody why that person got put in timeout. Because it's happened before that there was discouragement, and there was like not being sensitive to the situation that we're in the United States of America. We worked our asses off to get Kamala elected. We were attacked by Russia in many, 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 a multi-layered number of ways. So if somebody's in the chat and they're saying, I love you guys from other countries. I really am so grateful that you're here. It's just that if somebody's in the chat from another country and they're saying, I'm never coming to America again, it's hurtful. And we need more support. So I just want to explain that. The MAGA Republicans in Congress, remember, they got afraid after January 6th when it was fresh in their minds, when they were calling their loved ones, right? Thank you, Awesomeness, for being sensitive to that. And it's not like I haven't told that person before. And she did it again. And I have there's a high bar here to keep the high vibe. It's not like we're victims of this in so many ways. 3 cards about. So Suzanne saying, do we really believe there are GOP reps who didn't read the murder bill? They claim they didn't know what was in it. Let me tell you something. From what I heard, it was like 1,000 pages, and they gave it to them that night. So that should be illegal, and it probably is. Mega Karen, MEGA. I started watching psychics and spiritual channels after the election. Something that you learned is energy equals manifestation. Kamala had all the energy. Absolutely. You might want to join if you haven't already and take my psychic class presentation. Yeah, so it was like 1,000 pages, this murder bill, and they scheduled the vote for 1 a.m. Why are we putting up with this? Full disclosure, I have a banner on order that will probably arrive tomorrow that says, why are we putting up with this? Rise up. I can't wait to show it to you. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on the deck or just hold it, have somebody help me hold it somewhere on a regular basis. Okay, 4 cards. Don't worry, Rose, stop it. Just take action. If there's something buried in the bill, I've heard that they know, I've heard about it, so if you know, you've heard there's something buried in the bill, I've heard there's something buried in the bill. I think the Democrats know there's something buried in the bill if we know. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the MAGA Republicans in Congress and this murder bill, it looks like it's going back into the womb in a certain way. They're going to be bribed with promises of money. Dumpy's watching, and Pootie, I might as well say. And the majestic way. Something huge is going to be exposed here. It's too big of a whale for them to swallow, even though they're being offered money, indirectly or directly. Dumpy's watching them, but so are others watching them and their criminality. It's going back to the incubator. It's too big. It's too big. Okay, so let's ask this. Will a similar bill to this pass? I have a yes. Oh, now it's going to a no. Let's ask again. Will a similar bill pass? No. Yeah. A similar bill, it's not going to pass. Let's pull 3 more cards. Thank you for joining, Stephanie. Now you can watch my members only videos. I think it's a great deal. We need 9 more thumbs up and we'll do a group hug. We've got like 6 minutes. Let's pull 3 cards about Kamala Harris. What's she doing? Kamala Harris loves America. We remember her getting up there and going, "We love our country. We love our country." People are checking their pendulums and such and saying no to the. They're saying no to the bill. Jane, I just said that there's the other one that they revised, that won't make it either. Angel says, I don't think the GOP are being paid by the Russians anymore. I wasn't thinking Russia so much as just, you know, lobbyists and stuff. Because Russia's run out of money. We're going to pull 3 cards about how Kamala is doing. You know she's paying close attention. You know she is. You know she is. Awesomeness loves our friendship with Canada. I'm not gonna answer when. We just have to know what. We need Dumpy we need Dumpy in the dumpster. He was part way there when he dressed like a garbage man and drove the garbage truck. He just needed to be put in the back. Okay, interesting, because with Kamala I'm getting... I love these cards. There's somebody in our viewership named Jennifer sent me these cards, had an extra deck. They're out of print. But maybe you could find them used if you like them. I have seen other psychics using them. So as far as Kamala goes, she's watching. I just said that. She's watching the naked man. The emperor has no clothes. It's not literal. I don't want to gross you out. The love goddess. Now, I think I can get away with this. The love goddess is the divine feminine. She's the love goddess, right? It's not sexual. Is watching the emperor who has no clothes being bulldozed. Yeah. Wow. Oh, she was just in Australia and she acted like she is the president. You can't keep the truth down. She is meant to be the president. She will be. But we have to do the work. She's an amazing, amazing, amazing woman. She was born to be president. I read on the parade, not on a PNN, but I just kind of read these cards on my own. I was talking to Kathy Bill and pulled cards on the parade, and I got that it will be a circus. And the other thing that I keep getting, I know you need tickets to go to the stupid parade. The other thing that I keep getting, and I'm really curious about this, in these cards, is the tornado card. Yeah, it'll be safe. The World Pride, it'll be safe. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. And if you're going to DC on June 6th, just go. Don't worry. I like those cards. That was good. So I keep on getting the tornado when I read on Dumpy, when I read these cards on Dumpy. So let's just pull 3 cards right now about how all his shenanigans are going. How are all Dumpy's crimes going? How are they going? They're being measured. I get the rock every time. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you. My question is, how are Dumpy's crimes going for him? Now, Pope Leo's holding a mass on the day of Dumpy's parade if it happens? Yeah. Remember I said he knows how to do exorcism. That's all I'll say about that. There's corporations sponsoring the parade. I don't even want to talk about the parade. It has the same energy as the inauguration. It's not real in the sense that it's not legit. So reading on Dumpy, I've been getting the rock He's dumb as a rock. I mean, and he's sinking like a rock. How are his crimes going? Being measured by watchdogs. Yeah, it's all coming out all at once. And it's going to hit him like a rock. It's going to hit him like a rock. So, there are many, many, many things that can happen to take this illegitimate criminal administration down. We have a 35 times convicted felon, rapist, treasonous traitor, seditionist to the United States of America. He's the criminal of all criminals. And we have to turn it around. We have to turn it around. And just for the heck of it, since we're mentioning the parade, I'm not going to answer the question as to whether it's going to happen or not. I'm going to read the energy of June 14th. I feel so sad for those West Point graduates who were cheated of a true commencement speaker. Kermit. I'm sure they would have rather had Kermit at West Point. Kermit did a great job at the University of Maryland. I don't know, people saying Purple Crown, I don't know what it means. Isn't that like Crown Royal or something? So I'm pulling 3 cards about the energy of the day. Oh, we just hit 200 thumbs up. So we'll do a group hug before we go. The energy of June 14th. He's stealing our country. He's stealing our valor. He's stealing the valor of the United States military. That's the energy of June 14th. Besides it being his birthday, the irony of all ironies is that it's Flag Day. Kermit would just shook their hands. I know. I think they should have a redo at West Point and have Kermit be the speaker. I forgot about the tea leaves. I did it. Thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot. The energy of June 14th. It's, you know, and I have the womb again. There's something's brewing against him. Don't worry. He's being watched, and his crimes are being measured, and we are being protected. I'm not sure how, but I feel it. I feel it. I know. Don't you think we should send Kermit to West Point? I guess he was at University of Maryland, because that's where Jim Henson went to school. Jim Henson died way before his time. So we're over time, but I have to fit in a group hug and a tea leaf reading, so hang tight. We're going to be okay, but we have to all make sure that we're going to be okay. We have to all participate in that. All right. What shall the group hug be about? You get a crown as you move up the leaderboard. I'm kind of lost. Okay. Let's do a group hug and then I'll read the tea leaves. All right. Since I was ranting away earlier, what I want to see is an end to the fake information. Save the arts and sciences, absolutely. An end to the fake news. Okay? We can say it. Don't be sarcastic or cynical. An end to the fake news that the American people go, whoa, what the hell's going on? And they learn the real news. Support Midas Touch. They're the biggest independent news channel out there. Pro-democracy. Goodbye, faux news. And we'll really just keep in our hug, in our thoughts, that this country needs to not be a country of criminals, so that they're all held accountable. Okay? The news should call it a fascist regime. Absolutely. And for all those that are scared and suffering and depressed, and the deportees and their families, and the federal workers who lost their jobs, and all of us, to raise the vibe. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you. We needed that. We hadn't gotten in a group hug the past 2 times because we hadn't had enough people. I had tech issues on Friday. The Golden Dome of Love. I love it. Yes. Okay, tea leaves. I hope I haven't kept you too long. I have, well, looky there. There's a maple leaf over, there's a maple leaf over Mars. Remember, King Charles gave a speech basically dumping on Dumpy. This is in Mars, aggressive energy coming from Canada. That means Canada is gonna say something very harsh towards, I'm not gonna say towards America, towards Dumpy, because it is directed at him. See the maple leaf? Yeah, that means Canada has our back too. So, but we're gonna hear some real strong language from Mark Carney. And that could also pertain to King Charles being really strong about Dumpy. I think Electra Storm said we need to make sure when President Kamala comes, she will make sure Trump and the rest of the crooks go to jail. That's kind of what I read when I was reading. That was kind of there. Yeah, you see the maple leaf? And it's over Mars. So there's a lot of strong energy coming from Canada that's going to transform things. This looks like a praying mantis. Let me just see if the praying mantis is in here. Hang on while I look it up. Well, praying mantis has to do with getting rid of the bad things. Like a praying mantis gets rid of the bad bugs, right? So there's things that look ugly that are actually beneficial. And when this whole thing turns around, you'll see. Now I see a guitar there. Looks like maybe a banjo too. I see a guitar, so there's musicians are going to be coming forward. What the musicians do that Dumpy is pointing, that who he's bullying and threatening, what the musicians do will be pivotal. That looks like an upside down hair dryer. That looks like, what do you guys think? And that looks like some kind of a hook. Dumpy's going to get hooked into some kind of a scheme that's going to be exposed. So you can look forward to that. And I feel like Pope Leo is going to come. That looks like sort of a, something that the Pope wears to me. Like, I can't remember what it's called. Not a hassock, but Pope Leo is going to come out with something really positive about the women, about the support of women. The turtle's next to the half moon. So slow moving. Yeah, there's a turtle. Good eye. Good eye, Cheryl. Yeah, that does look like a wizard hat. I get that. Slow moving energy, but we're going in the right direction. It's just that we're seeing, like, the praying mantis is like, praying mantises are pretty ugly and they look like little aliens, but I saw one in the cup and it's beneficial. They're beneficial to your garden. Boy, that was a lot. I'm back tomorrow for Off the Ledge and also for a pop-up PNN. I'm going to do them outside as long as the weather's nice, because I was really jonesing for great weather for months. Check out Church of Spirituality. And what else? There's so much going. Please book a reading. My schedule's really wide open, and I need to pay rent pretty soon. That's that's all for now. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and subscribing, and share if you can. I will be writing a Substack this week. I was looking at my Substack just recently, and boy, did I write. I've written a ton of articles, so go check that out. It's under Annette Substack, and we'll see you soon. I love hanging out with you all live, and have a great night. All right, namaste. Tomorrow night is our guided meditation for Healed America, 7 to 7:30 Eastern. See you there. Bye.